I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. Yo, Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is an excellent artist. I don't know where he's been at for the last, I don't know, couple years. I'm over here talking to the. By the way, it was a full moon yesterday, last night. Oh no, it was a full moon on Friday? Yeah. Friday? So yeah. If you didn't see it, too bad, so sad. It was beautiful. But if you did, I hope you gave, a little werewolf ow. Little werewolf screech. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I got my Nagatsuki cloak on. Sorry, let's intro the video. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to is episode 9 of the Your Story podcast with yours truly, Rodney J. Salter. Hold on, cue. Y'all know what time it is. Cue the applause track. Look. When I intro the video, y'all should already be prepared to applause and do the hoorahs with me. Do the hoorahs with me, because it's your story as much as it is mine. This is the Your Story podcast, right? I just got me on it because, trying to get it set up. But eventually it's gonna be other participants. But yeah, I got my Nagatsuki. This is my Halloween costume for 2022. I got my Nagatsuki cloak on. Look, I saw somebody with the Naruto, like the Sage of Six Path cloak. I was like, yo, that was nice. But this Halloween, this upcoming October, I'm gonna be Meruem for Halloween. He just embodies just evil incarnate, and then he gains humanity, which is weird to me. But anyways, today we're on water. I gotta flush out a lot of toxins, so normally I'd be on Humex, but today I'm on water. You gotta make sure you're getting your gallons, and I think this is my, I want to say, second bottle of the day, so gotta make sure you're getting your gallons of water. Yeah, I have a lot to flush out, but yeah, we got an interesting episode 9. Look, one more episode and then we're hitting that 10 episode mark. Can't wait. I can't wait. It's literally it's so close. Upgrades are gonna come. Hopefully by the time episode 10 rolls around, I'll have some updates, right? I'll have some new tech, some new something. We'll figure it out. But episode 9 for today. You know how we kick it off. We usually kick it off with an intro recap. But again, I just had to shout out the Nagatsuki cloak because, you feel me? Because it's nice. Hold on, so that way y'all can see. Y'all can see the Nagatsuki cloak and not see so much of the microphone. But yeah. It's nice too. I like it. I really do. Anyways, episode 9. We're going to kick it off with a intro week recap. That's what I like to call it, a little recap of my week. Because, you kind of have to set the mood for the episode. So, I mean, this week wasn't too bad. By the way, happy Monday. Hope y'all have hope y'all had a great weekend, right? Leading up to this Monday. Hope the weather was nice. I know it rained over here. We had a little thunderstorm. It wasn't long. But, had a little thunderstorm, had a little lightning bolt that struck, and it was like, it sounded like it was like 2 seconds away, because it struck and then thunder, and I was like, yo, it sounded like a legit thunderclap, so I was like, yo, what's going on? But no, we had some little chaotic weather over the weekend, but I'm hoping y'all's Monday is going good. I don't know what y'all be doing. If you're going on a hike and enjoying the weather, pulling out for me. Hope y'all Cinco de Mayo was cool. You feel me? Cinco de Mayo just passed. I didn't do shit for Cinco de Mayo. I usually don't do shit for Cinco de Mayo. I drank. I had me a couple of twisted teas. You feel me? A couple of twisted teas. I got me some food. So that's why I'm on water today, because I'm flushing all that out. But hope y'all Cinco de Mayo was cool. Hope y'all look. If you celebrated Cinco de Mayo, I hope you ate a lot. I hope you drank a lot. I hope you had a lot of fun. If Cinco de Mayo was just another day to you, that's cool too. It was just another. I'm not Mexican, right? I'm not Latin at all, right? But I was around them. I grew up with the Latinos. So I'm like 1/5 of a quarter Mexican. You feel me? I know some Spanish. I'm learning on Duolingo. Look, it's doing me. Look, I'm not gonna practice right now because I want to make a fool of myself. But you feel me? Entiendo un poco. You feel me? Like, come on now. Like, don't try me. Anyways, yeah. But I hope y'all Cinco de Mayo was cool. Hope y'all's Monday is going even better. Hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. I know I did. Look, to recap the week. Went to work. Work was the usual. You feel me? Work was the usual. I did a little. I went a little above and beyond in some areas, and I'll get more into that into the episode, because I'm now coming to the realization, bro, that like I work extra hard for a company that I don't own. And that's with all of my jobs. Like, with all of my jobs, I work extra hard for a company I don't own. Like, that they at any given point can just be like, you can go. I'm not a shareholder in none of these businesses. I'm not an investor in none of these businesses, except for the one that I'm at now. I'm not a shareholder or an investor in one of these businesses. They could care less. You feel me? If the work that I'm like, all they care is that I show up and I'm actually doing the work. They don't care if I'm going above and beyond. I gotta learn that. But anyways, work was cool. They doing budget cuts, so overtime is out the window now. I gotta pick up. I'm not about to pick up a second job, but I'll do something on the side. Obviously, I have my podcast. This ain't no money, but when it does, you feel me? Either way it goes, I'm gonna have a little bit more me time, because they done cut the overtime, so I can't go to work for nothing. But yeah, so work was cool. Got through that, and then just had some time to myself. So I was like, you know what? I spend 12 hours a day at that job, right? And then come home, work out when I'm scheduled to work out. I got like a 3/4 split. So work out when I'm scheduled to work out. I was like, yo, I got a little bit more me time to myself, so I'm gonna spend this day and I'm gonna catch up on rest. Why not? Why not have a day where I just catch up on rest? Lo and behold, that's what I did. So my week was what's the word? My week consisted of catching up on rest and just having some me time. That's all there is to it. You gotta set aside time for yourself. You give enough time to everybody else. So I was just like, you know what? That's what we gonna do today, or this week, right? Again, didn't celebrate Cinco de Mayo because I felt no need to. Yo, it's the do-rag. Cause when it props up, the do-rag shows, and then I really look like I'm part of the Nagaski. But I want the fisherman. Look, low key. Sometimes I know it's a trope. I know it's like a masculinity trope, but sometimes I really be like, yo, I don't know if I said this. I'm like, yo, sometimes I really want to like fly to like some just off ends place and just chill, like live in a cabin in the woods, or live on like a hut on the lake or a hut on the ocean. something like that. Take up fishing, take up hunting, like yo, live off the land type beat. Like that's really sometimes I'm like, yo, that will probably be like the most peaceful and serene thing ever. But you know, I got family and shit, so can't really just up and dip. But maybe, maybe who knows? I might make a summer out of it. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah. So that was my week. Some of my week, right? And then I decided, you know what? Towards the tail end, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I was scrolling, right? I'm at work. I'm scrolling through my I don't need the intranet. I don't even know what you call it. The portal, right? My work portal. And honestly, you don't have to. You don't have to scroll through the work portal. I was just like, yo, Tesla, what y'all got to offer me on a weekend? And you know what they said? They said, guess what we got to offer you? We got to offer you a demo drive. And I was like, demo drive? For what? For how much? For the free ski. For the free ski. I was like, oh, snap. I work at the company. I work at the factory, right? Why not drive one of the cars? I didn't drive the ones that we make. But I did the Model Ys that we make. But I did drive the Model 3, I believe. Yeah, the Model 3. Let me tell you, you ain't never been in a Tesla? That was my first time ever driving a Tesla. If you ain't never been in one, it's an adjustment. Look, the feedback is crazy. The feedback is crazy. Because with gas cars, you put pedal to the metal and you can feel it. An electric car it's less feedback, right? I guess that's the whole point. But so yeah, I took a test drive in that Model S. Yo, it's nice. It's nice. I got in that car. The air was blasting. The music was going. I was like, this. The lights came on. Everything felt like I was stepping into like I don't know, bro. Like a I don't want to say a toilet, but like if you've ever gone into a bathroom, this is what I can equate it to. If you've ever gone into a bathroom and it's just pristine and nice and the stalls are clean and the urinals are clean and it smells fresh, that's what it was like. It's exactly what it was like. Again, I'm not saying that the Tesla, I'm not saying that it's a toilet, but I am saying that it was just like pristine and clean and nicely put together, right? It's like taking the first shit upon toilets that are nice and clean, right? And the porcelain's all shiny. That's what it was. It's basically what it was. But no, so yeah, took that for a test drive, and I was like, yo, this is nice. Like the Model S gets up and it goes way faster than my car that I have currently. Don't get me wrong, my car is fast, right? When it needs to be, when I put the right gas in it. My car is fast, but like this was like 0-60 in way shorter than it needs to be, right? So I was like, yeah, this car really gets up and goes. I can see why people like this car. And that got me thinking. I was like, you know what? Because that's not my dream car. I don't have no eyes for Teslas. Until that day, until that day and until I saw the Rodeo. Is it the Rodeo or is it the Roadster? Roadster, sorry, not the Rodeo. Until I saw the Roadster, and the Model 3, and the Model S Plaid is nice too. But when I saw those, I was like, okay, Tesla, you got a nice lineup, right? But before then, I was never checking for Tesla, right? But they got me thinking. I was like, yo, my dream car is F-Type, right? Jaguar F-Type. That's the car that I want for myself, right? One of the cars, I should say, that I want for myself. And it got me thinking. I was like, yo, other than the Taurus that I have now, right? And the F-Type that I want in the future, what other cars do I want? Or would I like? Not even necessarily do I want, but what other cars would I like? Because I don't really check for cars. Like, again, I'm not a car guy. I'm not really checking for cars like that. You feel me? Cars go in the same vein as shoes and clothes. What's that word that my mom always uses? Not monetary. Materialistic stuff that are nice, that's nice to have, but it's not really what I'm checking for. You know, it's not other than the F type, having a whole bunch of cars isn't really like a goal of mine, nor is it necessarily something that I want to do. Like, let's say I hypothetically come into I don't play the lottery. Let's say one day I'm like, you know what? Pfft, Mega Millions is up right now. The Texas lottery is up right now. Let's go spend some. I've never bought a lottery ticket in my life. Let's go spend some money on and gamble and buy a lottery ticket. And I come up, right? Let's say that happens, right? Hypothetically. I don't think my first instinct would be to buy a car. It would be to pay this one off, for sure. But I don't think my first instinct would be to buy another car. Because you can't drive, like, I can only drive one. I have my favorite, right? Even in GTA, I don't have a lot of, I have 10 cars in GTA. I have 10 cars in GTA. I think I have 9 cars in GTA, and I'm always selling them shits because I'm like, bro. And the crazy part is, I have my favorite car, so that's the only car I be driving. So these other 8 or 9 don't even matter because what do I have them for? I bought them, like, literally. I bought them because other people had them. Then I was like, bro, I don't even like this car. I have my favorite. So no. My whole thing is like, yo, do I want to get... Of course I want to get my dream car, right? Of course I want to get my dream car. And it's like, okay, you come into some more money and you're able to buy another car. Are you going to? I don't know. Unless the only way I would actually buy another car, like, the only way I would actually... Other than this, because I'm keeping the car that I have now currently, right? But other than this car, I don't think I would actually, like, buy another car. And then, like, the only way I would actually do that is if I'm buying that car and then using that car, like, as a rental service or, like something else. Like, there's no way I'm buying a car just to have another car. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I digress, yeah. Tesla, Model 3, it was nice. It gets up and goes. Whew. It gets up and goes. Like, the acceleration on it is crazy powerful, crazy fast. The feel of it, the yoke, the little steering wheel yoke. I tried the self-driving. I don't trust it fully, right? But I let it drive for some time, right? I let it drive to the next light. I'll say this. It's nice. It's different. It's for sure an adjustment because literally this car, once you press hold, like once you start up the self-driving, the car does everything it needs to do by itself. It's crazy, right? But I don't trust it because I don't trust its acceleration as well as its braking. I need that feedback. I need to know you're gonna stop when I need you to stop. And then maybe maybe it's anxiety because it says it's supposed to what's it called? It gauges its distance, and so I guess like if it determines, hey, this car is moving slower, then that's when it starts to engage the brakes. I don't care. Look, I need you to stop when the way I brake is if I see brake lights, I'm hitting brakes. I don't care if the car is still going. I don't care if the car is coasted, whatever the case may be. If I see brake lights, I'm hitting brakes. So that's what I need, right? That's why I can't do self-driving. But again, I let it go to the next light, and it was pretty smooth, right? I let go of the steering wheel, not let go, but I was like hovering over it. And And it steered by itself. It held the speed limit by itself. I was like, this is pretty. It's actually under the speed limit. And I was like, this is pretty dope. Pretty dope. So I mean, hey, a Tesla Model 3 just might be in my forefront, but who knows? Who knows? Again, I'm not getting that car before I get my dream car, but again, nobody really knows where life will take us. So, But that's what I did, right? With my Tesla benefits, I decided, you know what, might as well drive one of these cars. Cause I build y'all shits. So might as well take advantage. If you haven't driven one, find your nearest. It's not really a dealership. Technically, they don't have Tesla dealerships. They have Tesla auto centers. Like basically anywhere you see Tesla is a showcase. Just to showcase their cars. I think they have I think they might have one dealership. I have to look more into that. But yeah, where I went was basically a showcase. It was basically like the Apple store. Well, no, because you can buy shit there. Either way it goes, it was a showcase. It wasn't It was like, let's set up your order here. You can see these cars, right, and test drive these cars, but you can't drive off the lot with one. Hell no, they're not having that. But yeah, that's what I did for my Tesla benefits. Had a lot of fun. Maybe a Tesla's in my forefront. Who knows? But that brings me to. By the way, this is probably going to be a shorter one, just because. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's a short one. Maybe it's a long. We'll fill it out. But like I was saying in the beginning of the episode of how you're going above and beyond, right? Going above and beyond for a company you don't own, right? Putting in work ethic for a company you don't own. And I'm like, the term, I'm doing the opposite of the term quiet quitting, which doesn't make any quiet quitting. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand how the term works. It's like, just doing the tasks that are represented in your like basically like you get an offer letter and it's like, these are the tasks that are outlined in your job roles, right? This is what you are responsible for doing under your job title. If you're quiet quitting, you're basically only doing that, which doesn't make any sense to me, because to me, if I'm quiet quitting, it's not just me doing what's outlined in my job tasks or job roles. It's me literally doing less than that. So it's not necessarily I'm doing what I was hired to do. That to me just seems like I'm quiet working. I don't know. If I'm quiet quitting, to me in my IMO, right? If I'm quiet quitting, then that means I'm doing less than my job task, or like one less than what's outlined in my job roles, so that I don't get fired. But who knows? Who knows? Either way it goes, a lot of people this day and age quiet quit, right? They're practicing quiet quitting, and it's like how are y'all mad at these people? How are y'all mad at these people for doing what you hired them to do? That I never understood. How are you mad at these people for? And I have to learn. Here's what I have to learn. I'm going above and beyond my role when what I should be doing is doing my task, right? Doing my job, doing what's defined in my role, and then once I'm done doing that, because what it boils down to is the time that I'm spending going above and beyond and doing extra shit, I could be learning, right, different role. Like, let's say I want to. So, for example, right, I'm a repair technician, right? But let's say I want to move, not even let's say, I want to move outside of being a repair technician into something like engineering or equipment technician, like something else, right? Something higher, some of a higher pay grade caliber, right? What I should be doing and what I'm trying to get myself into the rhythm of doing is, hey, do your job, right? Do your roles that are defined within your job, but this time that you're spending going above and beyond and doing extra shit, period, right? Doing extra shit, you could be spending learning how to do what you actually want to get into, right? Learning those things that are above your pay grade, but not doing them. Like, not just learning how to do them, not doing them, right? Because that's also what I do is I learn how to do those things and then I do them. That's going above and beyond. No. You just want to learn how to do them. You don't want to do them. You don't want to do them because then these corporate, it's not their job to pay you for. They're not gonna pay you for doing extra work, bro. They're just not, unless it's overtime, which they cut. So since they're not gonna pay you for doing this extra work, I'm gonna just learn how to do the extra work, and then when the time comes for me to showcase it, then sure, I'll showcase it. But no, like, do what you need to do, and that's what a lot of people were telling me back. That's what a lot of people were telling me or doing, right? When I first got to the company, was they were doing the jobs that were outlined within their job title, right? They were doing the roles that they were hired to do. But on the side, right, when they're not doing work, basically, on the side, they were also learning. So I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do, right? When it's time for me, and that's what I was trying to do. But anyways, I was like, yo, when it's time for me to work, I'll work. When I ain't working, I'm learning. And that's how we gonna move up. But yeah, the whole term quiet quitting, and it's just, you're doing what you're hired to do. And if you have a problem with that, give them more equity. Like, I don't get it. Like, if you have a problem with people, with your workers doing the work that they were hired to do, make them shareholders if you want them to do more work. Like, I don't get it. Like, make them make them business owners. I was watching a TikTok today, actually, that brought up this topic. They were like, one business owner, there was two business owners, right? Essentially. And the one on the left was like, I want to talk about the term quiet quitting. And he basically had qualms with it. He was like, yo, I don't like that employees do this because, you know, I want them to do more work. And then guy on the right, business owner on the right, was like, I love this term, right? And he's like, I hate that business owners have an issue with it because it's like, he's basically like, yo, why are you getting cross with your workers for doing the work that they're hired to do? If you want them to do more work, give them more equity. He was like, yo, they don't have a stake in this company. They don't have, they're not business owners of this company. They don't own this company. So it's like, why would they do extra work to make it run? That's not their job. That's literally not their job to do. Their job is to make sure that they are doing what they were hired to do. If I'm a plumber, bad example. If I'm a programmer, my job isn't to run my program as well as if I'm a programmer, right? It's a baseline programmer. My job isn't to create programs, run them on top of make sure production is running, on top of make sure the bathroom is. I don't have no. My job is to create and run these programs and make sure there ain't no bugs in them. If I'm a production associate, even better example. If I'm a production associate, my job isn't to feed the line, place parts, this, that, and the third, as well as as well as make sure the line make sure the entirety of the line continues to run, make sure that these 3 employees are working. Make sure that's not my job. My job isn't to do 3, 4, 5, and 6. My job is to do 1, 2, and 3. This is what y'all hired me for. This is what y'all hired me to do. This is what I'm going to do. Right? Anything extra that I decide to do is for my development to get out of this. It's not for y'all. Right? Period. But yeah, so homeboy on the right was like, yeah, why are y'all getting mad at these people who are quiet quitting in y'all's terminology? Why are y'all getting mad at these people who are doing the work that they were hired to do? If you want them to do more work, if you want them to do more, do extra, right? If you want them to work like a business owner, then they might as well just go own their own business. Why would they put? And that's what also got me thinking. The extra effort that I'm putting into a business that I don't own, I could be putting into a project that I do own. You feel me? Like that's really the mindset I had to get into, is like the effort that I'm putting into Tesla, into Lowe's, into Weedman, into whatever the case may be, the effort and time, I have to give them 12 hours, right? Because if I don't, this place don't get paid for. So I got to give them 12 hours, right? But the effort, the mindset of the effort that I give, or the mindset behind the effort that I give at that job, I need to apply that here because I don't own that company. My name ain't on that building. My name ain't in that portfolio, right? So my name don't get, case in point, my name don't get brought up in conversation in the war room, right? My name is not a point of a topic of discussion when they're going over shit. So when the big wigs of the company talk, Rodney Salter's name ain't on there. He's not on the docket. But over here, he is. Over here, on the Your Story podcast with Rodney J. Salter, it's on there. It's on there. So this is where the effort has to, this is honestly where the effort has to go into. That's the mindset behind the effort has to be applied here. It should be applied here. Because down there, the only thing I'm really getting out of it is I'm not getting extra pay out of it. So anymore, and I wasn't then. So, but over here, right over here, at least the fruits of my labor, I can, even if they aren't really like showing right now, at least I can be proud of this. This is a project that I'm working on, right? This is my baby. This is my project, right? And so I can at least be proud. I was gonna smack the mess out of this gnat. I decided not to because it was gonna be loud. But at least I can be proud of this. I can be proud of the effort, right? And of the feedback and of the fruits of my labor from this, right? If I'm giving 110% over there, I'm burnt out by the end of it. If I give it 110% over here, I'm not burnt out. And even if I am burnt out, it's mine. It's mine. I reap the benefits. That's another thing. I reap 100% of the benefits from this. I don't reap 100%. Look. Uncle Sam is taking a percentage of my efforts back at the factory. He taking 110%. Over here, I can wear Nagotsky. I can be a Nagotsky. Right here, I can be a Nagotsky. I can't be a Nagotsky over there. This is 110% of my efforts. Right? Can't do that over there. And even if I did, it's not Halloween, so they'd be like, what are you wearing? But yeah, it's just learning to divert, right? My efforts, my time. Unfortunately, I can't really divert my time, but I can divert my energy, right? I can divert my efforts. I can divert my attention, right? I can divert what I need to in order to ensure that this project right here, that I continue to find joy in it and I continue to find fulfillment in it, and that when I go down there to work for them, it's just to get in and get out. It's literally my that going. I've now changed it to going to work. Right, is literally just because this past week. If this past week has shown me anything, it's that if I ain't gotta go nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. If I don't have to go, if I don't have to be productive, have to be. If I don't have to be productive, I won't. It's not even necessarily an excuse. It's what do I have to do today? What do I have to check off today? Nothing? Cool. I'll take a rest day, bro. I don't care. I won't take too many rest days, but I'll take a rest day and not think twice about it. So with that being said, right? Work, the days I'm scheduled are just those are my excuses to be productive. Those are my time slots for being productive. From this time slot from this time to this time, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., those are my productive hours. Cause I have to be, but I'm trying to change the mindset of like, I don't know. That's when I need to be productive. Cause yeah, I don't want to bullshit the whole week. COVID taught me anything, bro. I need to do something. I can take a rest day. I can maybe take 2 rest days. Can't take them back to back though. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. That's why today I'm up podcasting. I went boxing today. Well, for y'all, I will have went boxing on Saturday. Sorry. All right, it's Monday when this episode comes out. The time difference, the date difference, the day difference is gone. I'm gonna get used to it eventually. But anyways, by the way, I went 3 weeks. I went up to 3 weeks too, maybe 2.5 weeks without going to boxing class. I lasted. Look, my conditioning is still up because I didn't take too long between going back to the gym, right? So my conditioning is still up, right? But throwing punches, getting back to throwing haymakers and throwing power punches, my forearm was kind of tender afterwards. And I ain't never sweated like that in previous classes. I was sweating, like my shirt was drenched. My shirt was drenched. My Dewey was drenched. My skin was sticky, and it's partially because I had to sweat out a whole bunch of stuff, right? I sweat out a whole bunch of food, whole bunch of greasy food, whole bunch of alcohol, from Cinco de Mayo. But either way it goes, my forearm was still hurting. But throwing a punch, or throwing punches, I should say, right? Getting back into that groove, it was good, and I was kind of happy that, my conditioning was still up. But my forearm was still hurting. So, we move. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. No, I forgot. I literally just forgot. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. I need to start saying side note, so that way when I'm done with the note, I can go back to our regularly scheduled program, because I literally just forgot what I was talking about. I think I was talking about putting my anyways, to wrap this point all up, I'm putting more effort into here, right? I'm putting more effort into my project. I'm putting more effort into, I don't know what that was. Putting more effort into, me time, and my rest time and me, have to. Because at the end of the day, that I go there because I have to be productive 12 hours of the day. I record here because I want to be productive for at least an hour of the day. And it allows me the chance to which brings me to literally the last topic of the day. Which brings me to, the end. This podcast, let me preface it, actually. Take a sip of water and preface it. Because I watch something, I get a lot of my talking points from TikTok, but sometimes I get them out in nature. As I said in the last episode, like sometimes I'll just be thinking. Not sometimes. All the time I'm thinking. But sometimes I get my topics right on Twitter, or I get them on the internet. Other times, it's just random thoughts. But this one was a TikTok doc. So I was listening, or what's it called? Yeah. I was watching a TikTok. And what usually comes around my For You page is just like people with podcasts. Lo and behold. And one of the comments on this TikTok was like, it was like, boys start a podcast instead of going to therapy. And it was funny. This is a two-part actually, because it leads into something else. But it was funny because it was like, in some parts that's true. I feel like for the general public of people who for the general populace of guys who start a podcast, that's their thing. Like they start a podcast before they go to therapy. Me, I actually started a podcast because I went to therapy. Which I graduated, by the way. Hold on, you know I think I said it last time, but I gotta put an applause. Because I graduated therapy, y'all. New applause. New applause. Anyways, yeah, I graduated therapy, so but I started the podcast because of that, right? Because for me, therapy was just a way for me to think about, therapy was a way for me to think about the story I want to tell. Hence, the Your Story podcast, because I was like, I want to tell a story, right? And I want other people around me to tell their story, right? But I also want that story to be like broadcasted. I want them to be comfortable with broadcasting that story. And I was like, you know what? Podcast. So it's not necessarily, in my case, it wasn't I started this podcast to replace therapy or instead of therapy. This was a byproduct of therapy. And also I realized something. I've been doing this for all my life. But I was like, bro, I go throughout my day in conversations with a real nigga. I go throughout my day talking to myself. I'm not crazy, I promise you. I have crazy tendencies. I'm not crazy. And honestly, if you talk to yourself, you less crazy than the person who doesn't. Anyways, they say you can talk to yourself just as long as you don't respond to yourself. But here's the thing. Not only do I respond to myself, I talk in third person. What is it? Not third person. Is it third person? No. I talk in first person collective. So it's not like, I won't be like I. It's we. It's we over here. Who is we? Who is we? There's nobody else here. It's just me, bro. So it's like, but I'm always in conversations with a real nigga. So I was just like, bro, why not record that? There's some days, right now I'm talking to the camera, I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me, I'm talking to, now there's a we, right? But before, it was just a we. It was me talking to me and saying, I realized being like I can't even fathom the thought of being like, I can't even fathom the thought of being like, what do I want to eat today? I can't. But you know what I can fathom? What do we want to eat today? Because what do we want to eat? I'm talking to the inner real nigga. And we wanted to eat chicken the other day. We wanted to eat fried chicken the other day. We wanted to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken the other day. Look, I know KFC ain't the best. KFC isn't the best. But Popeyes is too far. From where I live, Popeyes is too far. And Church's is I live in damn near a white neighborhood. Churches is basically non-existent over here. The closest churches that I can think of is south. There's no churches over here. There's no Popeyes over here. That's all over there. And I'm not driving lo and behold, I'm not driving to MLK, bro. Not even because it's a bad neighborhood. It's just because it's far. I have to take that into consideration. Gas ain't cheap no more. You feel me? Gas ain't cheap no more, and I don't have a reason to go to Popeyes or Churches when KFC is up the street, and my taste buds aren't so weak to be like, I can't do KFC things like this. No, bro, it's food, bro. I wanted chicken. There was chicken. There was fried chicken. Specifically, that's what I wanted. That's what I got. Then, anyways, that's what we got. You feel me? Because I was talking to myself when I decided I wanted the fried chicken. But it also that, bro, how can you not talk to yourself and find yourself funny? What? You can't be a funny person if you don't like. I wholeheartedly believe. Now, there's some people who just aren't funny. Genuinely, there's some people who really try. I know a few who really try to be funny, who really try to get jokes off, and they struggle. They just. I don't think enough people have told them no in their life. Like, and it's no offense if you. I don't think enough people have told them you aren't funny. I don't think enough people have looked at them like this after. I can't hide, unfortunately, yet fortunately, I can't hide my face. Like, I can't hide my emotions on my, like, and it's really just like, the one emotion I can't hide is confusion. Because I don't even know if that's an emotion. I believe it is. But the one I can't hide is confusion, because how have you gone through 20-something years and nobody's told you aren't funny? It just doesn't make any. So yeah, for the people who try to be funny, spend more time talking to yourself. See if you make yourself laugh. How about that? I feel like you should do that. I feel like if you get a lot of, because I chuckle. When you're not funny, I chuckle. I do a lot of that. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't make everybody not funny, because I do that to everybody. I do this. I nasal laugh. I'll give you a straight, or I do that. That's how you know. That's how I know. That's how I know it's not funny. That's how I let you know, yo, you're not cracking me up, bro. If it's actually funny, you'll get a hearty laugh. You might even get a, you might even get a, do I do physical contact? Sometimes I push, I don't swing, you're not going to get swung on over here, but I push, or I'll run. I do a lot of running. I'm black. So I'll do a lot of physical contact, or I'll do a lot of distance making, get back, right? That's if it's funny. If it's not, you're going to get this. Because you're not making me laugh, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I think people who try and fail, they just haven't been told they aren't funny a lot. Their inner circle just doesn't look at them with confusion. Me, I don't care. If you're not funny, it's not even necessarily whose man's is this. It's just like, where in the world did you think that was like? Or I'll just stay silent. But anyways, yeah. How can you go throughout life and not talk to yourself? How can I don't believe people when they say they don't talk to themselves, because I'm like, there's absolutely no way you're always thinking, because here's the other option. If you're not talking to yourself, if you're not speaking in first person, that means you're speaking in third person. Whose God complex do you have to think that you can think in third person? That's like me being like, Josh wants to play guitar. What God complex do I have to think I can narrate my life, my thoughts, what? No. Josh wants to record today. Huh? Josh is drinking water. Well, obviously you wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't narrate every action. But even then, it's like, no. Because at that point, yeah, you're either talking in first. If you're not talking to yourself, right, and you're not talking in first person, your other option is talking in third person. And if you're not talking in third person because you're not absolutely fucking insane, then your other option is talking in second person, and that's basically instructions. You're giving yourself instructions? Wow, you're weird. You need help. Yeah, you genuinely need help. If you're out there and you're giving yourself instructions, if your thought process is instructions, maybe you need to get on a podcast, bro. Jesus. But anyways, you gotta be in conversations with a real nigga. Honestly, don't call your inner self a real nigga. Don't. If you not a nigga, right? But you gotta be in conversation with a real one, right? Make your inner person black. Just look. Hear me out. Hear me out. Sometimes for the most part, black people just come with a what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like straight to the point. You know, it's a certain common sense that we have. A certain a certain common sense, a certain funness, right, that we have in conversation. I love talking to black people, bro. I love black people. But honestly, bro, sometimes I feel like every black person has an Uncle Ruckus moment, bro. Anyways. But I love black people. But we just have a certain like, just the only way I could describe it is like me. I think real practically, right? And even when I'm not thinking practically, when I'm thinking like idealistically, where I'm like it's just fun. The only way I can really describe it is like we have a certain just soul and funness to our conversation. Everything is either very dramatic, which is fun, or very practical, which is funny. But it's always just fun over here. You feel me? You gonna love it over here. It's either dramatic or it's practical. It's either dramatic and fun or practical and funny. Right? But it's like, give your inner self, like, make your inner self a black person. So that way when you're talking to yourself, right? When you're talking to yourself, you're having fun with it. Right? Now, I have an inner real nigga. And my inner real nigga, my conversations with my real nigga, he's mean, actually, now that I think about it. Bro's mean. To me. It's crazy. But anyways, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. See? Sometimes the inner real nigga don't know what he be talking about. And don't be formulating his thoughts, because I'm doing too many things. I'm trying to formulate a thought and then think it and then say it and then make it concrete, right? It's just doing too much thinking right now, and I'm running on empty. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap the episode right here. This was an interesting one. Again, let me try to get to an hour. No, I'm just playing with you. But no, this was an interesting one. Like, again, hope y'all's Monday was all it could ever be, right? Hope y'all had a great Monday. If you made it to the end, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Your Story podcast with yours truly, Ryan Salty. You know what time it is. Again, like I said in the beginning, when I cue up the intro or the outro, get to applauding. Let's go. Yes, if you made it to the end, actually, honestly, if you even tapped on the icon that is my thumbnail, like and subscribe. You feel me? Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Leave a comment on if you talk to yourself or not. Because if you don't, yeah, there we go. Leave a comment on if you talk to yourself or not. And if you do talk to yourself, in what person, right? In what POV do you talk to yourself in? I want to see how many second person POVs we have in the world. I know they're out there. I know somebody's out there giving themselves instructions, bro. Come on now. 7 billion people in the world. I know somebody out there weird as hell. But weird in their own way. We welcome everybody. Look, if you're a second person thinker out there, I welcome you. Tell me what it's like in your head. This is your story as well as it is mine. Come on now. Anyways, like and subscribe if you're on the YouTubes. Leave a comment if you're on the Spotify's or wherever you get your podcast. I think it just goes to Spotify. Leave a rating. You know, 4 stars to 5, 3 to 5 stars is preferable. You feel me? If you just like, I'm not fucking with this show, then that's fine too. Like, let me know, you know, just let me, like, here's the thing, if you're not fucking with the show and you want to leave a 1 star, jump from Spotify, then go to YouTube and tell me why you're leaving a 1 star. Yeah, that's how we gonna do it. If you're gonna leave me a 1 star, I'm gonna make you work for that 1 star. You feel me? Anyways, thank you for joining me. I really hope to see you on the next episode. This has been Ryan Salter signing off.